Welcome to the Financial Plumber. Here, we deconstruct the infrastructure behind financial markets, helping you understand the underlying mechanics that drive the global financial system. The pace of modern life is staggering. In 2024, the U.S. stock market successfully transitioned to a T+1 settlement cycle, meaning trades are settled in just one business day. This was a massive operational milestone. By drastically reducing counterparty credit risk, it freed up nearly $3 billion in settlement fund requirements every single day. This milestone naturally raises a question. Why stop there? Why not push straight to T+0, instant real-time settlement? While T+0 sounds like the ultimate evolution of fintech, it comes with heavy operational trade-offs. Compressing the settlement window to zero does not eliminate risk out of thin air. Instead, it shifts the costs and complexities into liquidity management, technology, and back-office operations. It is the operational equivalent of demanding a restaurant chef prepare and plate a dish the exact second a customer orders. The kitchen's operational buffer entirely evaporates. Below, we dive deep into the 5 structural challenges brought by a T+0 environment. 1. Squeezed liquidity windows. The most immediate impact of T+0 is the severe erosion of multilateral netting, the core ledger clearing mechanism the financial system uses to optimize capital. Under a T+1 or T+2 regime, clearinghouses offset all buy and sell orders across the entire trading day. If broker A owes broker B $10 million and broker B owes broker A $9 million, only a net difference of $1 million actually needs to be transferred at settlement. This mechanism reduces the actual cash liquidity demand for the entire system by up to 98%. Moving to T+0 does not eliminate netting entirely, but it drastically compresses the settlement time window. If the market adopts continuous settlement or dense intraday batch windows, this compounding efficiency of netting is heavily compromised. Spike in intraday liquidity demands financial institutions must hold a significantly higher percentage of raw cash buffers just to maintain uninterrupted trade settlement throughout the day. Mandatory pre-funding. To mitigate the risk of running out of cash during daylight hours, brokers might be forced to require institutional and retail investors to have 100% cash or stock in their accounts before placing an order. This ties up investor capital and could severely dampen overall trading volumes. 2. Operational bottlenecks. Under the current settlement cycle, if a broker makes an operational error, such as an incorrect account number or data entry mistake, they still have a golden 24 to 48-hour buffer for manual intervention and reconciliation. In a T+0 model, however, trades settle almost instantly, meaning any minor operational friction can directly result in a failed trade. To survive in this environment, the industry must be equipped with 100% flawless, automated straight-through processing systems. Furthermore, this ultra-compressed timeline introduces massive operational bottlenecks for short selling and complex hedging strategies. The pre-borrow shift. Normally, short sellers execute a trade first and then utilize the settlement window to locate and borrow the underlying shares. With T+0, this post-trade buffer vanishes. The stock borrowing process must shift entirely pre-trade, forcing the industry to rely on real-time, automated securities lending locate systems. 3. Global disconnect. Time zones and FX mismatches. Capital knows no borders, but time zones are unforgiving. A synchronized T+0 cycle exacerbates mismatches in cross-border trading. The time zone trap. When asset managers in Europe or Asia trade assets in an overseas market operating on T+0, their local custodian banks might already be closed for the day. Yet the trades are forced into instant settlement, creating severe overnight funding gaps. FX settlement time lags. The global foreign exchange market typically operates on a T+2 settlement basis. Trying to fund a T+0 equity purchase that requires same-day cash with FX conversions that take 2 days to settle is an overnight risk nightmare. Foreign investors are often forced to pay a premium to secure pre-funded same-day spot cash. 4. Institutional tech and risk overload. Shifting to T+0 forces financial institutions to completely abandon traditional end-of-day batch processing models. Systems can no longer wait for the closing bell to calculate risk exposures. Brokers and clearinghouses must deploy continuous, real-time risk control engines that calculate market volatility, counterparty risk, and margin requirements second by second. This requires massive capital expenditures on IT infrastructure, driving up daily operational costs while demanding heavy upgrades to network resilience protocols to prevent systemic failures in real-time systems. 5. The blockchain myth, the pointer problem. To resolve these friction points, digital asset enthusiasts often look to blockchain and smart contracts to achieve instant atomic delivery versus payment. However, legal research highlights a critical structural boundary known as the pointer problem. The core issue is this: the settlement of a digital token is not the same as the settlement of the underlying legal property rights in the physical world. A token on a distributed ledger is essentially just a digital claim check, pointing to physical assets held in a traditional vault or custodian bank. If the issuer of the underlying asset goes bankrupt and a court places a freeze order on that vault, the rule of law overrides the code. A smart contract might reassign that digital token 10,000 times a second, but at the end of the day, you are merely trading a ticket to a frozen, inaccessible asset. Technology cannot bypass traditional property law and bankruptcy frameworks. Conclusion: striking a balance. Chasing the absolute speed of T+0 is not technologically impossible, but it is a complex economic trade-off. It sacrifices capital efficiency, operational simplicity, and cross-border synchronization in exchange for reduced credit risk. This is why the global financial architecture isn't blindly rushing toward instant settlement. Instead, the industry is exploring hybrid designs such as optimized intraday batch settlement protocols that capture the capital-saving benefits of netting while safely accelerating transaction speeds. Financial markets were never built solely for raw speed. Their mission is to maintain a rigorous, dynamic balance between efficiency, liquidity, and stability. Speeding up the clock is only a victory if you can ensure the machine doesn't shake itself apart. If you enjoyed this deep dive into market microstructure, please like and subscribe for more institutional-grade insights.